Hey guys, the market is finally starting to recover from the turbulence of conflicts and the halving. Experts expect that in the near future we will see the first cryptocurrency grow at a furious pace, followed by an alt season that will make us all incredibly rich. The best thing we can do now is to prepare and build the most profitable portfolio possible. Therefore, the topic of today's video will be a rather interesting project, Pendle Finance. We will look at its potential, find out which funds want to buy it, and most importantly, analyze whether it is too late to invest in it now. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's get started. First, I want to talk about what Pendle Finance is and what the Pendle token is all about. I'm sure many of you are not very familiar with this project or are hearing about it for the first time. Pendle Finance is a decentralized financial platform specializing in fixed income and income tokenization that operates on 4 blockchains simultaneously: Ethereum, Optimism, Binance Smart Chain, and Arbitrum. This is quite unusual for a project of this kind, as usually all staking and restaking resources are based on Ethereum. But here, you can see 3 other blockchains at once. By the way, among all yield projects, Pendle Finance ranks first, absolutely leading in all indicators. And this is not surprising, because now we can see a constant trend of staking and further restaking of Ethereum. Why is this necessary? It's very simple. There are many projects in this area. People bring their Ethereum tokens to some projects, which generates profit and points on the service itself. Then they go to another service and stake there the already wrapped Ethereum they received on the first resource. And so you can do this many times, receiving income and also points from each of the staking platforms. These points are then converted into tokens of these platforms and given to users as rewards. The system is as simple as possible, and Pendle Finance is one of the most interesting of all such projects. After all, it has some unique features that are not found in other representatives of this market. So I suggest that we quickly go through these unique features and move on to the information that will blow your mind. The main thing is to watch this video till the end. So what is the uniqueness? When users contribute assets to Pendle, the platform creates 2 types of tokens: principal tokens, PT, and yield tokens, YT. The PT represents the underlying asset, while the YT represents the future income from that asset. This dual token system allows users to have more flexibility in managing their assets and engaging in different revenue strategies. In general, Pendle has a lot of interesting features, from the ability to earn money on already turned assets to providing liquidity and earning on resource commissions. The most breakthrough technologies are still the multipliers for farming points and the ability to enter a hedge and vice versa, long on your positions. But I understand perfectly well that you are interested in how to make money on the price of the token and what will happen to the token next. So I propose to move on to that. In general, such projects do not always need to have tokens, and in most of these cases, similar projects create a token only to benefit from it. In the case of Pendle, the situation is different, because it has its own DAO that decides the future of the project. In fact, it has one of the most adequate forms of governance I've ever seen. For staking your tokens, you will receive a profit multiplier for your liquidity positions. In addition, you will receive a share of the protocol's revenue. But that's not all. Not only can you stake, but you can also vote on the future of the project. Of course, you will also receive various additional commissions. And the most important thing is that the staking system is not simple. There are different ways of staking, or rather blocking your funds. You can choose a period of time that suits you, and depending on it, you will receive the number of tokens that will be used for staking. It is really advantageous for holders to use the option only for 1 or 2 years. Therefore, it turns out that the tokens are blocked for quite a long time. According to the website, 1/3 of the token circulation is blocked, which certainly has a nice effect on the token price. After all, such unlocks, even against the backdrop of a significant price increase, will not allow investors to enter the market in the near future. And this is very important because in the last 4 months alone, Pendle has surged almost 500%. Therefore, I suggest we read the latest news about the project to understand the reasons for such unrealistic growth. In general, if you look at the project's social media, you can see that the team is quite active. There are always some updates and events, partnerships with other projects in the area of yields and liquid staking. In general, given the way the staking mechanics and other features of the resource are being developed, we can understand that the team is doing a titanic job. developing the project and making it not just one of dozens of similar products, but a leader in the entire market. And I'm not the only one who understands this. The big players also adore this token, and we can say that this month they have become especially active. Here are a few such transactions. An unknown investor withdrew nearly 4.5 million tokens from Binance. However, not all major players are only buying back Pendle. A prime example is the story of the Hashkey Capital Fund, which constantly likes to speculate on this asset. As you can see, they have been constantly buying back the local bottom and selling on the Pendles. By the way, they now have 446,000 Pendle tokens left, so who knows? Maybe they are waiting for an even bigger boom very soon. But enough about this fund, because there is much more interesting information. It is likely that the really big players, BlackRock, Grayscale, and other top funds will enter the race for tokens similar to the Pendle project. Do you know why? It's simple. As you all know, large funds have applied for spot Ethereum ETFs with staking capabilities. That is, investors would not only be able to buy Ethereum, but also put it into staking and receive additional interest on their assets that actually already exist on the blockchain. So it's likely that we could see a collaboration between a Tier 1 fund and some kind of staking protocol. After all, we're already seeing this in the RWA space between BlackRock and Pendle Finance, so there's no reason why, if ETFs are adopted, funds won't start redeeming tokens of similar products in the case of cooperation. This may sound unconvincing or even strange, but it is true. If Larry Fink realizes that he can make money, he will definitely do everything to do so. That is why the introduction of ETFs, with the possibility of staking, is really equal to a boom in the price of all assets in this area and the corresponding growth of projects. However, everything is not so simple and clear. So I propose to move on to my price prediction, in which I will talk about some of the nuances and disadvantages that I see right now. I want to make it clear that I am only giving my subjective opinion on the future price. This is in no way financial advice, so be sure to do your own research and invest wisely. I think it's important to start with the fact that we've come to this coin quite late. After all, in the last 6 months alone, it has gained 480% on its price. However, the project still has growth potential. Nevertheless, I would like to start with the negative aspects so that you and I can assess the situation as objectively as possible. Although staking is good, I'm sure that many people have been contributing funds to it since before the beginning of this year. This means that all this time they were earning commissions and also received a plus 480% in dollar terms on their Pendle token balance. Will they be tempted to withdraw and sell their coins even though they bought them for $1? I am almost certain they will. But the main question is when and how many investors will sell their tokens. And unfortunately, no one knows that. In addition, if spot ETF orders are accepted without the possibility of staking, this will not give a boost to the price of Pendle and other similar tokens. However, large funds are not used to losing at all. They like to enrich themselves and fill their own bags. I think this can be seen in their string of victories, in the ETF issue, and so on. These people will do anything to win. So I have mixed feelings about Pendle. This is a top-notch product that has the potential to take absolute supremacy. They also have a great staking system that encourages people to hold the tokens as long as possible. At the same time, right now the asset looks a bit overvalued, and I would go no higher than $4 to $5. And even this would be a very risky decision for short and medium-term investments. In the long run, however, we may see the market capitalization of Pendle Finance, one of the competitors in the liquid staking area, grow to current levels. I believe this is more than possible for the top of the bull market. However, it will be a rather risky decision to hold on up to these levels. So to summarize, I see a lot of potential in the product itself because it is the most convenient platform. The token itself has a pretty clear and understandable utility in the form of staking, for which you can get rewards. However, if there is no decision on an Ethereum ETF with staking in a month, I don't see any reason for significant growth in the near future. And I would like to remind you that this video is by no means financial advice. This is just my vision and thoughts on the market. So always do your own research before investing and invest wisely. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the growth of coins. Thanks for watching. Your Coin Post.